Welcome back to another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your host Apollo P and
No Better Nina.
And we're back.
Yep. Quick summary of your week.
I don't really do nothing.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Keep on talking. Start it off.
I lost. Okay, get this. I just want you guys to know that I am truly blessed and highly favored because on Thursday night I went to this party called I Love R&B, and I took the GO train from my house because I live in Vaughan to Union. And when I took the GO train, at some point I was pre-gaming on the GO train, and then we made friends with like these other girls and we were all drinking and stuff. And then I don't know what happened, but like I left my wallet. And normally, even when I'm blackout drunk, I always remember to check my wallet for everything. Yeah. And I left the whole thing on the train. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until we got off the train and called our Lyft to the club from Union that I realized, because I was like to Brittany, oh, pass me my wallet. She's like, I don't have it. I'm like, oh my God. Keep in mind, I had tickets to the event in there, along with my driver's license and health card to get into the club with, and my house key, my lip gloss, like all that shit. And so I called my friend who he runs the party and whatever. Luckily, he was able to get me in with no ID, no tickets, nothing. Thank fucking God. So that's blessed and highly favored, part one. Part two, I called the GO station lost and found. And they called me this morning to let me know they found my wallet with the $5 inside, my house key, my driver's license, health card, lip gloss, all that shit. So I'm going to go pick it up on, I had $5 for Kodak. Luckily, I was smart enough, because it's funny, because I was thinking to myself that day, should I bring my credit card? And I didn't. I was like, fuck it. Like, I don't need it. I'll just pregame and I'll be fine. And luckily, I didn't bring any like credit cards or debit cards with me or anything. But yeah, they found it. So like, that honestly was the highlight of my week. But after that happened, I didn't do shit. Like, I didn't leave my house.
Yo, losing a credit card is not that bad.
It's not, but it's...
I'd rather lose a credit card than a debit card. Because that's the bank's money. Remember that. That's the bank's money.
Yeah, that's true.
Do everything to get it back.
That's true.
If you lose your debit card, then it's like, all right, man. They probably give, I think it's like 25% back of what you lost.
I mean, I've never lost my, knock on wood, I've never lost my debit card, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was like literally the highlight of my week. The party was a lot of fun still, and I got my wallet back. Your turn.
I was sleeping all week, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man, I'm tired.
Apollo slept through his alarm this morning. That's why we're recording at night.
If it seems kind of dark, it's not because we're gloomy or nothing like that. It's because we're shooting late at night.
Yes, it is currently 9:15 p.m.
This is how we did it back in the, like when we first started.
This is how we used to do it.
Yeah, we used to do it like late at night, but we had no cameras back then. So now we do it in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
So, this brings back the old memories.
The old memories of when we first started.
Yeah, and it was like Tuesday nights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We were putting in work.
Yep.
But all right, so I don't really have that much to say. But and I was with someone special, and she looked and she was like, "Yo, man, I feel so disappointed in the fact that you specifically, Nina, didn't know nothing about the ovulation period and I knew how it worked. You got a whole vagina, you didn't know how to work. You know what I mean? So, and she was disappointed.
I just didn't know what it was called. I didn't know. I know how it works. Like, obviously, that's why I'm not pregnant. But like,
you should have broke it down for us.
What do you mean broke down? What it's called? We did figure it out eventually.
The funny thing is, I said after the period is ovulation, but no, ovulation happens before the period in a sense, and the period is what is at the end.
Ovulation on my app, it says ovulation happens after the period.
Also, every woman is different.
So I don't know, but on my period tracker specifically, like I could tell you right now, basically the last time. Okay, so the last time that I got my period was on April 9th, okay? Mm-hmm. Then I was fertile from the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, 22. I ovulated on the 23rd.
Yeah.
And then which is today, actually.
Yeah.
And then I'm fertile again tomorrow, and then that's it. Then my next period is May 7th. So for me, I ovulate after my period.
What?
Well, technically, it's what? It's okay. It's a week.
It's a new cycle, right?
It's 2 weeks after you start your period / 1-2 weeks before your next one, so it's in the middle of both. So that doesn't make sense.
All right, then, but she broke it down. She was like, "Yeah, man, I feel disappointed in you, and like you guys didn't know, and you guys are just so oblivious." And I'm like, all right.
It is what it is.
You know what I mean? Like,
all I know is how to avoid getting pregnant.
And all I know is not to get you pregnant. That's it.
What? Well, can you rephrase that for the people, because we just clarified on the last episode.
Yeah, we're not. We're not.
He means not to get women pregnant, not me specifically.
That's a fact. All right, so there's been I would say it was a somewhat busy news week. A lot of fuckery's been going on. A lot of fuckery that we didn't touch on from the ending of last week, and a lot of fuckery that happened over the weekend. where you want to start? We got a lot of assault going on. We got a lot of arrest going on. We got a lot of helping going on.
Let's start with the YNW Melly.
All right, so yeah, YNW Melly. Recently, I think as of yesterday, Monday, news came out that Florida is seeking a death penalty towards YNW Melly. I saw that and I was like, whoa, that's kind of extreme. But, it's a southern state and they like to believe in a lot of that capital punishment.
Yeah, they do. I don't know if I would deem it extreme.
Why?
Only because he killed them. Allegedly killed them, whatever. Like, if I was their family, I would be upset and I would be happy with the death penalty because it's like, you killed them for what? For your own come up? Is that why he did it? Out of jealousy, no?
What they are saying is that they believe that he killed his friends for monetary gain.
Exactly. So if that really is, weird, but if that really, maybe he thought one of them was going to do better than him. Jealousy is a hell of a drug, let me tell you.
I mean, if you're under the YNW umbrella, I would assume the money all goes to YNW Melly. Since
you never know. But you never know. But maybe that's what he thought, and maybe that's why he did it. And so if that's the case, then there's times where I'm not fully opposed to the death penalty. Like, if you're killing multiple people, I'm not opposed to it. Like, let me give an example. I don't know, maybe the Toronto van attack guy, since today's actually the 1 year anniversary of that. Yeah. That guy, I would say death penalty. Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
But then again, there's also a part of me that feels like without the death penalty, if there is no death penalty, they actually have to suffer more being alive and living in jail and having to deal with that mental capacity. So I don't know. It's 50-50 for me.
And to be honest, you don't get the death penalty until about maybe 25, 30 years into your sentence anyways.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I'm like tied on both because I want people to suffer for the fucked up shit that they do. This is pretty fucked up. Can't trust nobody.
Remember what they did to whatchamacallit? What's his name? They caught him back in 2011 and they hung him.
Who?
He's from the Middle East. Fuck. Oh man, I forgot his name.
I don't know who it is.
He was after
After Osama bin Laden?
No, I think it was. Did they catch Osama? Mm-hmm. Obama caught him, but we never seen no video. But we saw the video of him. They drove him out the tunnel, and then I think they hung him in front of his people.
Oh, I didn't know that's how it went down.
Citizens and the American Army and stuff like that. I think it was fuck, I forgot his name. I'll remember as we go on. But yeah, I don't. To be honest, an eye for an eye would make the world go blind, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. There's just a part of me that wants people to suffer the consequence, wants people to suffer the same actions that they've done. Like, do unto others as you would do to yourself. Is that the saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, do to other people what you would do for yourself. Like, if you're out here killing people, then
you don't mind if they die?
You might die.
Hey, man, I'm up in the air.
But that's the thing. I'm only up in the air because I want people to suffer. And you suffer when you're living in certain conditions in prison and having to deal with those consequences. So I don't know.
You don't know?
But I'm here either way. I'm here for some sort of punishment. I'm not here to be let him, because you know what? You know what though? Some people might say oh, he has, because you know how he's doing this whole personalities thing where he has 16 personalities or something.
Insanity for this.
Pardon?
I don't think you can plead insanity.
He can't? Oh, okay. Because I was going to say that they might just be oh, but he's not okay. He's suffering with mental health or whatever. They might say that, but I don't know.
She's doing the same thing Beyonce does. He's doing the same thing Nicki Minaj does.
Beyonce doesn't do that.
Sasha Fierce?
Okay, but that was a one-time thing. It wasn't Nicki Minaj and Roman. Those were two weird things. Very weird. Sasha Fierce wasn't something she brought as an extra presence where she completely changed herself. It wasn't like that. Nicki Minaj completely changed herself when she goes to fucking Roman or whatever it is, and then this guy completely changes himself and says he's one person, then he's not. Sasha Fierce was more so just a name. That's if I was to go by, I always say as a joke, I always say that I'm going by Nina for now until I get my life together, then I'll start going by my first name. It's like that. It's not enveloping this whole new personality. Stop looking at me like that.
Tory Lanez said the same thing in an interview. He was yo, he knows his name is Daystar, but he's before I start going as my artist name is Daystar, I feel I got to do certain things, and Daystar is a different person that has to be represented differently, and Tory Lanez is this person. The same fucking shit.
It's
Same
not
fucking shit.
It's not that, but I understand. But Beyonce never said that's what Sasha Fierce was. Sasha Fierce was just like, it was an album, first of all, and it was just like a one-time thing. Like, cool, she's Sasha Fierce, but it's not like something that's constantly carried on throughout the years. Like, it's just like this guy is carrying out these 16 different personalities for like.
I don't know about 16. Yeah,
I swear he said 16.
No, he has Melvin and Melvin.
But he said he doesn't know the other ones. That's why he said he had 16. My sister told me that.
So you know he's capping after that, right? If you don't know,
you don't know that. If he's like weird enough to think that he has those two personalities, who knows if he's really capping or not?
I think it's marketing. It's brilliant marketing.
I don't think so at all. I think it's especially if you're killing your best friends. I think it's messed up.
And let me be honest, for people who have multiple personalities, they're not so blatantly to tell you that they got multiple personalities. They're not so brazen to go.
Who do you know with multiple personalities that you can vouch for that?
From what I see, they're not so brazen just to tell you.
Yeah, but you don't. Everybody's different. What if that's one of their personalities that's brazen enough to tell you all these things and just is like an open bottle, and then the other personality is like, oh my God, don't do that.
And plus, if you have an issue, most people don't know they have an issue.
Yeah. But I don't think this is just marketing. This is like
marketing.
I don't think so.
Marketing.
And why would you want to market yourself like that? Now you just look like a lunatic, and nobody wants to talk to you. Like,
because you're able to subset your brand now.
What's his brand? Psycho?
No, he's YNW Melly. He's a rapper who has that. He's I think Melly or Melvin or something like that. One, he does a lot of the harmonizing, and then one really does rap.
Okay, but his mixed personalities, you have to understand, his personalities thing came out after the murder of his friends. That's when people were like, oh shit, this guy has like, nobody thought of that when it comes to terms with his music. It's related and connected to this whole case about him allegedly killing his best friends.
I think people attribute all of that to the case. Because he's been running with the whole person.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, people are attributing it to the case because not many people knew who he was before this case. So, I didn't know who he was before the case.
Before the case, if you knew him, you were like, nah, he's not crazy. This is just a real way.
And then you would associate with his music.
So if he never died, if no one ever died, you would never go like, yo, maybe this guy has a real problem.
You would never know. You would never care to know. But that's the thing. What I'm trying to tell you is his publicity came from after the murder case. Not that many people were fucking with him before then. Majority of the people who now today know about YNW Melly, I'm not saying he had no fans before, but majority of the people who know about him today and are aware of him because of this case against his friends and allegedly killing them. And then when the personality thing comes in, it gets connected to that. Whereas people like you who knew him from before, you're able to connect that personality thing with his music and the harmonizing and the lyrics, but that's not what it is for majority of the people who know him.
The same thing people did for Nipsey when he passed away is the same thing they do for all the big stories. They just come up and they already create a story for something that they don't know all the knowledge about. What's the story that's created? That this man is a psycho. That's not created. He put it out for himself. He said himself he has two personalities. Marketing. But so you're telling me that the people made up a story. Now you're telling me that he did put it out, but it's marketing. It's marketing. So pick one. I came out and said Nicki Minaj. No, but you just said, but before that you said people are coming up with all these stories on their own and making these things up. But now you're telling me that it is marketing. So it's not made up. Marketing, and I also said people are attributing the mixed personalities to the case because of what's happening right now. I say it's marketing. You can't come out there and think that you have two personalities, and me honestly going like, nah, you don't really got two personalities. This is great marketing. One sings and one raps. It's like. Which singer was a rapper? Or there's a singer who came out as a rapper and he was a singer and he also had two different names or something like that. I don't know. I forget, but someone like. But you could use an example: Drake versus Drizzy, if you wanted to do that, rapping and singing Drake. Oh, just an example. Just an example. I'm not saying it's true. Of you. No, but so of you. Fuck off. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying if you want to give people an example, let's say Drake is the rapper, Drizzy is the R&B guy. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And it's like, yo, when Drizzy's on the song, he's harmonizing, he's singing about girls, but when Drake's on the song, he's rapping his ass off and being tough and brazen on it. All right, then. It's marketing. But it's marketing. It's marketing. That's not my point. Is that you were just telling me that people made up this association with the personality, but now you're telling me that it's a marketing scheme. So can you pick a side? Was it made up or is it a marketing scheme? That's what I'm trying to get out of you. Look what you just did. I said people made up this. Yes, you did say that. And then I'm saying this is marketing. So pick one. They're both the same. Why would I have to pick one if they're both the same? If I'm saying if he's marketing himself as two people and other people are going like, all right, let me just.
But it's not marketing if people are making it up. Then
no,
because that's not him doing it purposely. That's us assuming
he's marketing himself as Melly versus Melvin or something like that, and people go like, "Oh shit, he killed his friend." Murder on my mind. I guess it's Melvin then. You know what I mean? Like it's
no, but he actually came out and said his personalities. It's not even something that people have just come up with. He came out and said it himself.
That's how you market yourself. You know, you're supposed to present.
Yes, but I know, but I'm telling you that because you're saying that people are just saying it off the song. No, I'm saying he actually came out and said it himself.
And then people are attributing what he said and implying it to a murder case, a real murder case.
Yeah,
when he was trying to go like, nah, I'm just trying to be different.
But he didn't. After the case is what I'm talking about. When he's saying like, oh, he has those personalities. Then yes, people are coming up with pulling back the song lyrics and stuff, and they're like, oh shit, this was the personality he was talking about, and that's when that's coming into play. But at the end of the day, it's not made up if he said it.
No. What do you mean? The image that he put out is not made up. What people are attributing what he put out to something that's a real case and actually people have lost their lives, that shit is fabricated. Because I don't know where people getting the fucking evidence to apply that like this guy really has a mental disorder. And no one else from his team has
I'm going to show you because that's why I'm trying to tell you. He came out and said it himself.
But I'm telling you he said it. I've been telling you he said it himself.
So why are you saying there's nothing to say that he's has this problem?
It's marketing, you know. Are you not? You're not.
No, you're not. You're not. Look, we're having the problem right now that Bozak pointed out. No, you're not listening to me. You're not listening. Listen. Listen to me, please. Okay, you literally just said that he hasn't said it and whatever, or he said it and whatever. Like he's claiming that he has this problem, and now you're telling me two different things. It doesn't make sense.
No, what I'm saying is all in the same coin.
Look, I'm going to pull it up for you right now.
You just said Drizzy versus the boy. And then if Drizzy gets caught up in some type of Herman, so you're going to say,
but nobody's...
Drake did it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. See, this is what I'm saying. You're not listening to me.
Because what I'm telling you is that people are attributing two personalities that he put out for marketing reasons to a real case.
No, but that's not why they're attributing it. It's him owning up to, like, I understand what you're trying to say, like him saying he has...
what I'm trying to say, and then tell me I'm confused then.
I understand what you're trying to say because unlike you, I listen to understand. Okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is that, like, him coming out and saying this whole personality thing, it was attributed to the case because those articles came out after the case. But it was never, the thing is, like, it was never, but no. I'm saying that most people heard about them because, like I said before, majority of people who know about who this guy is today heard about it because of the case and all that shit that happened. Therefore, most people who heard about that case also heard about his personality thing when the case came out and whatnot. And so that's why people are like, oh, if he's admitting this after the fact, if that's really what happened, he's admitting it after the fact that he killed his people because these articles are coming out after the fact, then that's why. Do you get what I'm saying?
People? Who admitted to killing people?
No, I'm saying him admitting the personalities thing. It might not have been after the fact. It might have been before the fact, and people like you might have known that. I don't have a timestamp on when he admitted the personalities. I don't think you do either. But
I only saw one interview, and that was with Montreality.
And when was this?
During, I think before he came out of prison, at either right after he came out of prison and the mixed personality joints were going up.
So was this before or after the friends died?
His friends died last year.
So this was after?
Yeah, it must be after.
So if he admitted it after, see, that timestamp just goes to show you. So those articles were written.
Well, that's what I saw. It
yes,
could have been earlier.
Let's go off of that then. If it was that and he admitted it after the fact, and then that timestamp is after his friends are dead, and then all of a sudden it comes out, oh shit, he might have killed his friends. It wasn't a drive-by. Then, I mean,
he shot him in the car.
That kind of.
That's what they're saying.
I don't know. I think he has a problem. Like. That's it.
I don't
plain
think
and simple.
I don't know if he actually did it, but I'm not gonna just put mental illness on it because it's easy to do. Okay. It's easy for people to do. All right, what do we want to talk about?
I don't know. You pick the next one because I picked that one.
All right. We want to talk about Dee Barnes. You know about who Dee Barnes is, right?
Kind of, sort of.
So she's a hip hop journalist from back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing her thing. I think she's like really recognized within the hip hop community, especially back in the Source days and the Vibe days. So she's coming back out. She does. I don't know. People apparently on the internet. People say she comes out every like few years and let people know that Dr. Dre abused her back in the day.
Yeah. That's how I know about her.
So I know about her. First off, I knew about her when she first came out again during the Shredder Compton time. It was like, oh, Dr. Dre hit me, da 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 da. And I'm like, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. He apologized. Apparently, back in the day, she had sued him. She settled, and that was the end of that. He came out again, 2015. Dr. Dre apologized. He said, hey, man, I don't think bad things in my past. I am apologetic for that. And I'm grown as a person. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. She comes back again saying Dr. Dre abused it, right? And apparently the internet saying like, yo, she probably ran out of the money that she settled for. And that's what she's doing. So Wendy Williams was so pushed by her story. But I'm pretty sure Wendy Williams knew about the story back in the 90s because she's been around for a while. And so Wendy Williams gave her a book deal and a movie deal. You know what I mean? Just because they want to... I don't know who her book is going to be exactly. I don't know if it's going to center around the abuse of Dr. Dre, if it only happened so, well, not say suddenly, but I don't know if it was an ongoing abusive thing. I don't think they were even in a relationship. It was just, I guess, an interview gone wrong or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the story all the way, but it could have probably been an interview gone wrong. Or they may have been in a relationship. I'm not quite sure. But, I don't know. What do you expect for her? Like you've done as a victim. You've gotten more out of the victimizer
Publicity.
or the perpetrator than a lot of victims can say. You brought him to court. You settled on an amount. You went back into hiding, and then you come back out. People say you come back out every few years just to shit on Dr. Dre and say that he's abusive. So at what point did you take your own assault serious if you settled for the money and if you did not find closure from within? Like,
that's true. That's a good point about taking it seriously if you settled for the money, because at the end of the day, her acting out like this, what I was going to say before you said that was her coming out every so often, whatever, and saying this could be because she wants him to serve some sort of punishment for it. But then at the same time, it's like, maybe she accepted the money and maybe at the time it was assumed that he was going to do some sort of time or community involvement or something for it, and maybe he didn't. Well,
think about it. There's two you could sue someone and then you could go press charges on them. I'm not quite sure about the charges one. I may not know. People keep me up to date. But she probably sued him on a civil level. Okay. And she settled for a certain amount. Because a lot of people don't... When you get beat up by a celebrity, a lot of people don't press charges. They're like, yo, I'm going to fucking sue the pants off of you. Mm-hmm. That was probably her thing. I was like, you're rich. You're Dr. Dre. I'm probably going to get you for a lot of money. She probably did get a lot of money represented to that time. But
yeah, I think if she wanted him to serve justice, knowing that she can only do one or the other, she should have picked serving justice. Like, you can't, unfortunately in those cases, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And I think like that's kind of what happened, where it's like she thought she was going to get the justice served and the money as well, and now she's not. But yeah, you can't just keep coming out to try and get that justice.
All right, so she's also homeless. Apparently, I saw a news article a few weeks back that she came out as homeless as well. So do you think this is a way for her to
get money? Yeah. Try and get money?
No, try to get a home.
Maybe. Who knows? Who really knows at the end of the day? But that's the thing. We've said it before, where it's when women, not that she lied about the assault, but it's when women who do things like coming out every couple of years to make him pay for what he did or whatever, even though he already paid you off for it because you chose to sue him versus make him serve justice. It's women like that who make it difficult for real victims when it's like they want, like if she is doing it for a house or something or for money or something like that, then that makes it difficult for other victims to have that credibility, which sucks. But yeah, that's my opinion.
Hey man, it be like that sometimes. I wonder what she's going to do. I wonder how she's going to capitalize off this, because we do live in a Me Too culture. We do live in a revisionist.
And maybe that's why she's coming back, because she knows it's a sensitive time.
I mean, we live in a revisionist culture where people like to come back, dig up the past, and present in the present, and want to judge people by today's standards on yesterday's things. So if it's like that, if it's all out of spite, I mean, you're not going to get too far. And if you really truly are homeless and you really are trying to script for pennies right now, do your best. You know, people need to have some type of roof over their head, but like, you got to figure out how it's going to sustain you for the rest of your life. Because looking at you, would you want to work with a woman like this? Like, if you understand, like I can understand you being abused and you want to take justice into your own hands. But I don't understand is if you seek some type of retribution, you seek some type of type of understanding as to why I was in this position and I got apologized for, and I also got money for my suffering, and you want to come out every few years and then bash the person who did put money in my pockets and help me live somewhat within inside the hip hop sphere years later, and then come back. I can't trust you now.
Yeah,
you one of the worst type of people to me, right?
Yeah.
Nah, if someone did, all right, I can understand you not fucking with someone. I can understand that. But if you're gonna come back out and repeat, like, try to drag them, and then try to make a mockery of their name years after they clearly grown. Because if I beat you up at that 23 and I'm 53 something right now, I'm not the same person I was.
Yes,
and if
that's
I
true.
did apologize 4 years ago for my past actions, what do you want me to do now? You're gonna try to trash my name.
They're gonna try to get hush money or something like that. Yeah,
and exactly. And if that's the case right there, if that's the whole MO, you the worst type of person. You're a piece of trash for that.
Yeah, if that is the case.
Yeah.
If that is the case. If it's just her wanting the best of both worlds, getting the justice and the money, then fine. Having the money before. I mean the money before, not right now. Like, I'm not saying begging right now, but she got the money before, and she does want the justice too, which I think should be a thing where you are able to get both at least. But if she did want the justice too, then I can't fight that. I think that's
you sacrifice and compromise yourself the minute you take money for your suffering, and you believe that's enough money to cover your suffering.
Yes.
Just to realize years later that your suffering was more precious than
agreed
whatever type of money. Right? Am I right?
Yes. No. Agreed. 100% agreed. But I'm just saying, as a victim. Not me as a victim, but as a victim, I can understand her realizing later on, oh shit, who knows? Maybe she was going through really hard times at the time being, and she needed the money for, I don't know, kids, or maybe a parent was really sick or something like that. You never really know the scenario. Maybe she didn't have a choice but to sacrifice her well-being for that money because she needed it to help somebody else within her family or within her means survive. So that could also be a scenario as well that we don't know about. But I don't think it's wrong of her to ask for him to serve some type of punishment for it.
Too late.
It's not going to happen, but I don't think it's wrong to get that out of him. But
it's too late. I think it's too late.
That's my opinion.
If you're passionate about it at that time, if you feel like...
But the thing is, you can't really say it's ever too late for any of these things, because think about it. Think about how many people come out years after they've been sexually abused because they couldn't come to terms with it or something like that.
That's different.
But it's kind of one and the same, because it's those scars, especially with the domestic abuse, let's say, whatever, she's getting beat by Dr. Dre, she's probably still thinking about it every single day. I'm not saying she's not being a gold digger. We don't know that. I'm taking the, not the devil's advocate, but the other side. I'm kind of trying to be overly hopeful of this person and hoping that they really are trying to do it for the best, because at the end of the day, when these kind of traumatic situations happen to you, you're not just gonna wake up and forget about it. It's gonna be carried with you for the rest of your life.
All right, let's say you get beat up by someone, right? And you go you know what, I'm gonna take you to court and I'm gonna sue the pants off you. You're gonna regret financially ever put your hands on me. And then you take the money from that. You took actions, right? You took actions to try to, get retribution for what you did, right? For what they did, right? You can't come out years later. I mean, you can, but you can do whatever it is.
I know, but remember what I said.
You took actions to get what you felt like you deserved.
But remember what I said before about us possibly not knowing the scenario that was going on. Maybe she was homeless then. Maybe she had kids to feed. Maybe her parents were sick and dying, or there was maybe she had no other choice but to take that money. Maybe her action initially wasn't to sue. Maybe it was to get justice and time served, but because of what's happening around her, she had no choice but, hey, I got to take the money to better whoever else is around me right now. You don't really know at the end of the day, but...
I know that she did take the money.
Yeah, but we don't know why. That's all I'm saying, but...
She's not going to tell us why.
I could be completely wrong.
She's not going to tell us why.
No, she's not.
She's going to make Dr. Dre look like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And you know this, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, I mean, hey, if somebody beat me, I'd want to make him look like a piece of shit for the rest of his life, too.
So, all right. So, do you believe Kodak Black, the GPS led Kodak Black to the border?
He's, okay, I get it, because you know what? When you put in how to get to Vancouver from here, it actually does take you through the states a little bit, through I think it's Ohio or Chicago, like not Chicago, but Illinois, like somewhere through there.
Yeah.
It does take you through there a little bit. However, how did you get over the border without crossing a border
Well,
entry?
he got to the border.
No, it said in the article, it said he was driving and he got stopped. And he was already in Canada. No, like he was already in.
Technically, you in Canada when you get the border, right?
No, but like they didn't say he was at the border. They said basically what they said is, because I remember I was reading it and I was like, what the heck? Not the article you posted, because you didn't post the links when I looked at the page, so I looked it up myself. But from what I read, it said that his GPS took him through Canada and he was driving through Canada already. Like he got in not through the border way. And so he was driving and then he got stopped and then they found his guns and weed and stuff. And then they were like, you're not from here. And then, yeah, that's what I understood from the article I read. But either way, the GPS does lead you into another country. Because think about it. How did he not, like, knowing you're going to cross, and that's what I mean. That's why what I read makes sense, because you wouldn't cross a border knowing you have all those guns and drugs on you and stuff. That's why what I read makes sense, because if he got in without crossing the border and just got into the country through some old town road, no pun intended, got into the country there's some road like that, then like maybe that's really what, like, and then he got stopped and then because come on, like nobody would cross the border with that shit on them, especially Kodak Black. Like,
so it's plausible.
His concert was supposed to be today. Did it happen? Do we know?
Pushed it back. Didn't you say he pushed it back?
Today is the day, 23rd. I'm about to Google it right now.
I thought you said he pushed it back.
This was the day he pushed it back to. Yeah, I told you he pushed it back too soon. I'm gonna look it up right now. Concert.
Yeah, maybe if he didn't push it back, he would have probably been inside the country.
I haven't seen anything on social media about it. Kodak Black cancels all Canadian concert dates 10 hours ago.
Oh, 10 hours ago.
Or a day ago. Kodak's Toronto show, he did it yesterday. Canceled all Canadian shows.
Because he can't get into the border because he fucked it up.
Well, that sucks. But yeah, that's why what I read makes sense.
Hold on, did he get to perform in Canada at least in Vancouver or something? Like, did he have any Canadian shows before this whole thing?
I don't think so.
He didn't have not one?
I don't think so. But yeah, he was driving to Boston pretty late too, considering the day his show was like.
The day of, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, do you believe him? If you started to say like he was able to get into the country without hitting the border and then being stopped, you believe him? That sounds plausible, right?
I think so, because think about it. That border is long as fuck. You can't tell me there's like a wall like how Donald Trump wants to put up in Mexico where you can't get in at a certain point. Because, you know, when people are trying to cross from... I read a story about some refugees in Montreal. Or no, they were in the States or something. And it was when it was Muslim refugees when the whole ban was going on. Yeah. So they stepped foot into Montreal through like trees and shit. Oh. And they got in. So now they had to, when you step land somewhere, you have to get something or something like that. I don't know. So they don't have to be in the US anymore. They can stay in Canada. But yeah, like I don't think there's no way there's like through the whole entire border a way where you can't go. Like I feel like it's a given rule where people are expected to all go to border entries. Because you can't tell me, like, for example, let's say we're going to cross the border.
You think there's a part, there's a loose part of the border?
I think so. I kind of want to travel across Canada to figure it out.
Where a car can pass through like, interrupted.
Call me crazy, but I believe it. It can't be that there's not one single way where that's not possible. It can't be. Because think about how small in terms of length, or what's this, horizontal? Horizontal-wise, the border entries are compared to the rest of the country. You can't tell me that extends all across, because we already know where it ends in Niagara, for example. Like, you can see the beginning and end of the horizontal-wise.
Places by Niagara, too.
Yeah, but how, like, they can't all be side by side. You know what I mean? There's got to be a dirt road somewhere. Has to. I want to check it out.
But, you know, most of the country is divided by, like, water.
Oh, shit, I didn't think about that part. No, but there still has to be a thing. You know, Canada is bigger than the United States in terms of size of the land.
Yeah, I know that. I've been doing that since like elementary school.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. Like, there has to be at least 1 point. 1 point. There can't be not 1 point.
All right, well, he's out. Oh, all right, so what else is there? T.I. helped bail out 23 nonviolent people.
Yes, good job, T.I.
For that?
Yes, applaud him. Yes.
T.I. doing the Lord's work.
Great. Amazing. But he's always done cool stuff like this.
Yeah. All right. So Ja Rule calls 50 Cent a parasite and a cancer to culture. Did you agree? Do you think
Why does he think he's a cancer to the culture?
Because he makes fun of people. He does a whole bunch of petty shit. He went on a long rating rant. What else he said? He says he makes fun. Yeah, he's bad for the culture.
I don't think
he's 50 Cent bad for the culture.
No, because it's not like he's he's not doing anything stupid enough to the point where it's like, okay, not that I agree or not, and I'm saying Kanye's stupid, but for example, like people would say it would make sense if somebody said that Kanye was bad to the culture because, and we're not going to get into this debate, but because of how people view Kanye as supporting Donald Trump and the things that Donald Trump said about, black people and stuff like that. It would make sense if somebody said that about him, but 50 Cent is just 50 Cent. Like, he's just funny. He's not out here saying no outlandish shit going against his own people or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's outlandish.
So he said when he comes up with music, he takes shots at him and Kanye. When he comes up with liquor, he takes shots at him. I take shots at Diddy. When he comes out with a show, he takes shots at Taraji. He's always running his fucking mouth until the smoke gets thick and he wants to be anonymous calls and call the Fed or NYPD talking about you're scared for your life. LMAO, and then he says the minister, I think Minister Honorable Louis Farrakhan, asked for them to come together, sit down for a hip hop unity, and he gave his complete ass to kiss indefinite to the minister. I guess he said he's not going to engage with 50 Cent because he's a goofy ass Nigger.
Oh,
wow.
A hard R.
Oh, a hard R.
Yikes.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's a cancer to the culture. I think he's just him. It's just it's just competition. It's just trolling. It's just who 50 Cent is.
50, all right, for I think 50 Cent gets the pass because he's a real street guy. Mm-hmm. And he lives his life with the real street rules.
Yes.
Because if you do him wrong, he's going to say fuck you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Rick Ross went through a Caesar and he said, if he dies, he dies.
I didn't know he said that, but
for it?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even see the meme?
No.
All right, then.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's why him and Rick Ross have a back and forth. Him and Ja Rule completely don't fuck with each other.
Him and this Tierra Marie girl now too.
Oh yeah, she fucked herself up for that.
But now she's like playing the game too. It's kind of funny.
Yo, but the funny thing is, she sued him.
Yeah.
Because he was just making fun of her.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I remember we talked about it.
She could have just ignored that shit, but the celebrity woman lawyer Lisa Bloom was like, "Get him too."
Yeah.
And then look, she got fucked.
Yep.
Got fucked. And
yeah, I don't think he's a cancer to the culture though. That's my opinion.
I don't think he is. Dude.
I think he's just doing what he does.
I think he's a great marketer.
You in this fucking marketing. Are you about to sign up to be Vibe's new marketing intern?
Actually, no. No, I think he's great at marketing. No, I think he's great at marketing. Think about it. If he comes out to a show, he takes shots at, this is going to be better than Empire. Everyone like, what?
Because it causes controversy. That's why.
Exactly. And what's 50 Cent's career without controversy?
Exactly. Trolling. That's 50 all over.
Yeah, man. He's the 6'9" of the 2000s.
Okay, let's chill out.
You don't believe him?
He doesn't. Okay, let's just chill.
All right, and Tyga's dropped. You say sues Young Money. He dropped his $10 million lawsuit towards.
I thought it was the same thing. Yeah, dropped a $10 million lawsuit to Young.
Or you think
Young Money.
Birdman came to him and struck him down on some Suge Knight shit?
Maybe, but then. Yeah, but then I don't know. I don't think he's not gonna get anything.
He dropped it.
Oh, he dropped it already?
He dropped it. He dropped
he dropped the lawsuit. I read it. That's how you know I'm tired. I read it thinking like, you know what you're saying, like your mixtape just dropped, like it just came out. Like I thought it just came out that he has a $10 million lawsuit against Young Money. That's what I thought. I'm tired. Let me be.
Oh, so what do you think about Lil Yachty writing the Act Up song? Real ass bitch, fuck by nigga. Birkin bag. Yo, Lil
It's
Yachty,
actually funny. It's actually funny because it's like, how did he come up with that? He's not a girl. It's just funny when you take in the lyrics.
The lyrics is crazy.
Stripes on my ass, so we call his pussy Tigger. Fucking on a scamming ass, rich ass. I can't say it.
I'm not saying it either. Like he said he was in the studio, he was having fun, and what has to be embodied in you? Like he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do drugs.
Maybe he was just feeling extra feminine that day.
think little Yachty.
Maybe he's gay. He kind of looks
Whoa,
gay.
I'm not saying that.
Why?
I'm not gonna put that on this man.
He kind of looks gay to me though.
Like what does the gay look? What is the gay
No,
look?
he just has the way he carries himself is a little more feminine than masculine.
Like
That's what I'm gonna say.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
I don't know, just like the way he like walks and talks and like moves his head and
like
shit.
what do you mean? Like talk. Like you can't certain things you can't control when you talk. Like is it the softness of his voice?
No, it's just like it's generally just the way he carries himself overall. Like his just whole aura is very like it's a little more feminine.
He grew up in an all woman household. So you think that could attribute it to the way that his mannerisms
Possibly,
and his is?
but he could also just be gay or bisexual. Who knows?
You think he's bi? Like you putting this out there. I'm trying to.
So what? He's not about to call me tomorrow and be like, "Yo, I heard you thought I was gay." Like, no.
I mean, if this is the narrative that spins out, I just want to make sure we get tied in. That's it. If that's the narrative you want to put out there, I'm okay with that.
No. But seriously, I don't know. I think I don't think like I can see him writing it.
You can see him writing.
Yeah, like, he just comes off a little more feminine to me, in my personal opinion.
So you like he's not you. So you think he's gay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. That's what
I think he's gay.
All right then. They're cool. That's it. All right.
I'm
what
so
else?
serious, by the way.
What else is there? You know, the G Herbo stuff. All right. We'll wait till next week for all the information to come out.
Okay. You want to talk about? Here we go. This will be our last topic. What time are we at?
Are you talking about the Tinder?
No. Fuck that. I don't care about that. No, but what's the time on the thing? How long have we been recording?
41 minutes.
Okay. So Texas legislators considering making abortion potentially punishable by death. Mm-hmm. So they're considering this. I believe it defeats the purpose. Because if you're considering the death penalty for somebody who aborted a child, but you're saying that aborting a child is wrong, and that's also death as well. So you're doing an eye for an eye.
Yeah, aren't you the person you're for capital punishment, aren't you?
Yeah, but no. But abortion is different. Abortion, I'm not pro-life because that means you don't believe abortion. Yes, I'm pro-choice because you never know the scenario. What if somebody got raped by somebody they don't know? And you got pregnant off of that. You never know the scenario, right?
So are you saying because someone got raped, now it gives them the full on right to kill the baby that was
it's not
unconsentally put into them? Are you saying that?
They have the right to do that if a baby's unconsentally put in them. I know for myself, and I'll openly say it, I know damn well if I got pregnant right now, I would not keep it. There's no way because one, I know I'm not financially stable. Okay, basically what I'm saying is because I would not have a kid right now because I'm not financially stable and I just know I wouldn't be able to support the kid. And the way my whole household dynamic is right now would be a little too hectic for it all to be happening. So I wouldn't want to upbring a child into that. You know what I mean? I know and if you did get raped and you have a kid, then I think you have a right. It's your body at the end of the day. Like you have a right to do that. But I think it's pretty ironic that they're trying to punish. I don't like saying killing a baby, but aborting a child. They're trying to punish aborting a child by death. So that just defeats the whole purpose. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think the whole thing is very stupid, and I will not be moving to Texas if this becomes legal.
Well, you shouldn't have moved to Texas because Texas take a lot of shit serious. They're about to try to give TK the capital punishment. Well, they're the very, what is it called? Conservative state?
But the houses are cheap and big.
They're a conservative state. They're very religious. So
I wouldn't belong.
Anglo-Saxon, Protestant, Christian type of.
Yeah, I wouldn't belong there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of Sikhs out there, but.
In Texas? I know there's a lot in California.
Sikhs everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. But not everywhere. Like, there wasn't any in Baltimore.
Are you sure?
Yeah. In California, a lot of them migrated to California and Toronto and Vancouver. That's where a lot of them ended up.
Oh, this month is apparently Sikh Heritage Month now. It was passed by Trudeau.
Yes, I know. I'm aware. Not this month, May.
Huh?
Or maybe it is April.
April. I was like April.
Okay, I don't know. Sorry, you know more about it than I do.
You guys have the whole Asian Heritage
Asian
Month.
Heritage Month is in May, and there's a big commemoration where they have the parade and stuff all around the GTA with the Sikhs and stuff. I forget what it's called. And I'm so sorry to all my Sikhs who are listening and are really embarrassed by me right now. But I know there's something because I've been to it a couple times. That's it. Yeah. Okay. At least I don't try to put on a front.
Hey, man.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, that's my views on the whole Texas thing. I don't think it should be a thing.
I've been pro-choice since I came out the womb.
Have you actually? Oh, I thought the way you were talking, I thought you were going to say you're pro-life.
No, I don't know. I'm
I'm
making sure you stand on what you're saying.
Oh, question. Would you, okay, so how do you feel if you get a girl pregnant, and do you believe that the choice is all hers, or do you believe you have a say in that as well? Let's say, for example, me saying I wouldn't keep a child right now just because I know my situation right now is not stable and I'm not able to upbring a child in this. But let's say the guy that I'm with wanted to keep it. Like, do you think they have a say in that or no?
I mean, you work it out. I mean, have an honest conversation about it. And you go like, hey, I'm not in the mental space to have a kid. I'm not in the financial space to have a kid, and if we bring the kid into this world, I will have some type of regret and type of shit, and it's not going to be conducive to having a healthy type of upbringing for a child. So I'm not going to go through it. And the guy was like, I don't believe in all of that. It's like so either you're going to cut your nose despite your face just to bring up this child in this tumultuous type of atmosphere right now, just because you are standing on some type of principles that do seem commemorable, but just can't work right now. So if I was in that same situation and I'm with a girl and I'm like, I get her pregnant, I'm like, I would clearly say, hey, if this is a two-way street, I don't got my shit together right now. We were having unprotected sex, we were wilding, but we just can't bring a kid up right now because I still live with my mom. I don't have enough financial backing to even get up and leave and try to find a place for us to have an understanding to have raise this kid. I'm probably going to look at you and go like, you're still in the same position. Like, you don't really seem to be making the right decisions, knowing that damn well we have unprotected sex and you just fucking around and not taking the pill. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it should be just the girl's choice. I think it should be both. Because, hold on, check this out before you finish. In the end, it can't be both our choice. If it's all your choice to keep the baby or leave the baby, then it's like, if you keep it, now the choice is on, now whatever your consequences are on me now. Exactly. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you kept it knowing damn well the position that you in just because you wanted to keep the baby. It's like, yeah, that sounds commendable, but like, why would you do such a reckless and brazen thing like that? I don't think it's all the girl's choice. I do think the guy has a say in it. However, I think it is more the girl's choice than the guy, because at the end of the day, your stomach isn't stretching out to that point. You're not gaining 50 pounds. Your vagina's not potentially ripping to your asshole while you give birth, because I heard that happens. And I think it happens all the time. No? Oh my God, don't tell me all the time. I actually won't have kids if it happens all the time. I've only heard sometimes. Sure, it happens all the time. I don't think that happens all the time. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Stop. And stop. You shit yourself. Stop. That doesn't happen all the time. I don't think it's happened all the time. Like, you don't shit yourself? Not all the time. I think you should. Some people do, but it's not all the time. What if you didn't eat before? You're not going to shit. You still carry feces in your body. Yeah, but what if you just took a shit before you got pregnant and you have nothing left in you? So you took a shit that caused the contractions? Maybe. But that's not taking a shit. I'm talking taking a shit while you're on the bed, like giving birth with your legs open. Either way, the whole concept of giving birth really fucking freaks me out, because I don't even believe my stomach can even stretch out that far. It just scares me. It just scares me. But that's why I say it's more the girl's choice than the guy's at the end of the day. Exactly. But the guy still has a say. Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, kids like spend most of their time with their moms growing up. You're breastfeeding them. You have the maternity leave from work. You have a longer maternity leave than guys. They both get the maternity leave. I mean, but is it 18 months now? And I'm not sure. It could be all towards the woman, or it could be split up between the man and the woman. Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just things like that where it's just like, yeah, like. I told a girl that. I was like, yo, I'm gonna take maternity leave. And she's like, do what? And do what? I was like, he was a kid. I was like, do what? Oh, God. Yeah, I'd like to know how many guys actually dedicate that maternity leave to their kids. I was like, why not? Like, I do what with my child? I do what? I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, I didn't mean. I made it sound crazy, but yeah, that's how it sounded. Yeah, you did make her sound look crazy. I do what? And I'm like, okay. Anyways, it's time for us to go. Yeah. I gotta work out still, and it's late. Yeah. Well. All right, man. It's been another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your hosts Apollo P and No Better Nina, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.